And all that for long years. But he is a physicist, and he has worked on astronomy and found the dates of Ramayana and Mahabharata. There's a lot of great debate going on, and that will continue to go on even here as well as in another conference coming up next week. Okay, so I suggest the Professor Acharya stays. Next one is actually really the person who is responsible for all the thing that we have done is Professor Bhudev Sharma, who has been. It is our honor, sir. It is our honor. You do not need this recognition, but it is our honor. We are in the land of yours. Professor Bhudev Sharma, if I start talking about all the contribution he has, it will take a long time. But he is the founder of WAVES International. He has been president of Hindu University of America. He has been professor of mathematics. He has been in many countries, and of course, many of you already know him. So it's my great honor to recognize Professor Bhudev Sharma. And then we have Dr. Ganesh Das Sharma, who is the executive member, a committee member of WAVES India. And he is the vice president of Delhi Sanskrit Academy. He has been recognized by the Presidential Award, and also he is a Vedic scholar, published many books. Dr. Ganesh Das Sharma. And the next one is Dr. Shashi Tiwari, believe it or not. She probably doesn't know this. Dr. Shashi Tiwari, as you all can see, she is really the backbone of WAVES India, and we have been so pleased to work with her. In addition to being a scholar, she is a great organizer. And finally, the other person who probably have no clue about this is Dhir Bhai Shah. So Dhir Bhai Shah is going to refuse this award, and we have an idea. As long as he donates us $1 million, he can refuse it. Dhir Bhai Shah has been really one of the other backbone of the WAVES. He is the treasurer of WAVES International, and he keeps us all on our toes. So thank you very much. The other two members that we are recognizing is Rajiv Malhotra. Many of you know he is the director of WAVES. And unfortunately, he is in a retreat. So he is not able to connect with us even by internet, because he's in such a retreat that he's not allowed anything. So I guess he will be coming up with more wisdom for us. And the last one that I'm going to mention today is Mrs. Kamlesh Kapoor, who is a high school teacher, retired now, but she has written a book on history, and she has written a book on medicine, she has written a book on women, and so she has attended all the WAVES conferences so far. And she will be attending, she's close to 80-year-old right now, and so she couldn't travel even in the airplane, but she will be attending through Skype. She will be making a presentation, so I suggest you all to join. She will be talking about the health and Vedas. One of these days, I can't remember right now which day is scheduled. So I congratulate her, and I hope that you all join me in your hands to give a congratulations to Mrs. Kamlesh Kapoor. The last person that we will recognize on the day of valedictory session is Dr. Conrad Elst, and he will be joining. So I'm going to introduce him when he comes here. Thank you all very much.
And now I invite Shri Shashi Kejriwal ji for his presidential address.
Namaskar. I'm very honored to be in the presence of such great souls and Atmas. My Hardik Abhinandan to all of you. I'm very fortunate to be among so many people, and I usually go to these conferences and quietly sit and learn a lot, soak up a lot of information. And if you guys will let me, I'd like to become one of you and present papers. I have sponsored a lot of young youth people to present papers on topics like dating of the Rig Veda and a bunch of topics, but I myself have not had the time to present papers, but I'd like to do that. Now, how many of you know in sports, Wimbledon, you see the Wimbledon, but you don't know that before the Wimbledon, there's a bunch of other matches that happen that qualifies that person to be in the Wimbledon, right? Similarly, in US sports, those of you from the US, you know that there's preseason games in football, right? Nobody cares about those, right? So, similarly, we've had conferences in Los Angeles, Atlanta, Boston. I'm not going to say we don't care about those, but there's a very important reason I'd like to compare those conferences with these preseason games that in some ways are not as important as the main games of the Wimbledon, for example. So I call this conference very important, and if you see what I wrote in the address in the booklet, the reason, my proof that this conference is way more important than the others is because this is the first one that has happened in the very epicenter. If you look at Delhi, this is the epicenter of all the four mathas. This is where, Indraprastha was next door, and there's so many significance so many significances of us doing this conference here. There are other reasons that I'd like to list why it's very important to do conferences in India, okay? Some of you may have some idea, but most people that are in India, if you've not been exposed to some of the research our scholars have done in the US, there are a couple of truths we have to first establish, okay? The discourse on Indian history and Indology is incorrectly controlled by the Western scholars, okay? Has been for 200 years. You go all the way to Miller, Williams, Macaulay, and now Doniger and Witzel, et cetera, either those Westerners who have a vested interest, which I'll speak in a minute, or by their brown sepoys, which there's some in Delhi here, I won't name names, but there's a bunch of those all over the place. Brown sepoy, basically, those of you who are familiar with British India, was the person they paid enough money and gave him some titles to act in the British's interest against their own brothers and sisters. So it's very important to bring the discourse. So nobody should be telling us about our culture if they don't have a clear mind and a good interest at heart. Now, there are two kinds of people that do research and talk about our sciences, our Ayurvedas, our sciences, our greatness, our history, and what we have to give to the world, yoga and all that. There are two kinds of people. One is the kind of people you see here today, Dr. Schneider, and Jeffrey from Vancouver. These are people that have learned our knowledge systems through people that are very constructive, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi Ji and the Hare Krishna group, or wherever they got the knowledge. These are people that were teaching our knowledge systems in a constructive way. So therefore, they built institutions and spread, and a lot of people learned it, and it benefited a lot of people. That's one kind of people that are teaching our knowledge systems in the West. The other kind are the ones that learn so that they can deconstruct it. They can call Ramakrishna Paramhansa a homosexual. They can call Bhagwan Sri Krishna a warrior and somebody who goads people into fighting and wars. So those people actually are winning, unfortunately. The tide has turned and things are changing. So you need to make a commitment, and we from the US need to make a commitment, and that's as follows. We will find the likes of Dr. Narahari Achar, Dr. Schneider, Dr. Madan Lal Goyal, Dr. Balram Singh, Dr. Bhudev Sharma ji. We will find the likes of those people who have the right attitude in mind, the right constructive study and research of our knowledge systems, and bring it to the, we are not the only one that want to benefit from our knowledge systems. The world is welcome to benefit. But they can't just steal our stuff and call it their own and not let us use our own basmati rice or our haldi and try to patent them. So we will provide the people that have a constructive idea how to take our knowledge systems, and then you need to make a commitment to bring your youngsters and convince you need to convince your toppers that go to IIT instead to come into these fields. I mean, it's a shame that out of such a huge country, the only people the smart people that have learned these systems and our Sanskrit and Indian history and the Vedas can barely fill a room this big. We need a lot more people. We need our youngsters who are the brightest amongst us to come and study this field. So that we need to control what's being said and researched, and the benefits of this need to come to us. Pretty soon, in another 20 years, I wouldn't be surprised if all over the West, you have to really, it's already partly true anyway, Jeffrey will confirm this, that you have to be licensed in certain kind of yogas to be able to even teach it. You can't use your own yoga in certain kinds of yoga because they've been patented by somebody. So we have to bring the discourse, we have to control the discourse, and the best place to do that is here. Because there are practitioners here. These other kind of people, the non-Rob Schneider, the non-Jeffrey kind of people that I told you that are busy deconstructing, they form a large majority, unfortunately, of people that study our knowledge systems, our religion, our philosophy, and disseminate it. And so it's not possible to do. Rajiv Malhotra, a great human being who pretty much was the inventor of this kind of thinking in the US and hence worldwide, he's pretty much come to the conclusion that that's the wrong place to make that fight happen, to change those 80% of the people. This is the right place. That's why he spends so much time here, So if we have support from you and if we have certain commitments, if you are willing to go the extra mile, work a little extra hard, and use the scientific method, and we have the disadvantage that we have to do it if we want to tell the world about our system, we have to really do it in English, which is a shame, because if this was China today, I guarantee you the Western people, the scholars, the Wendy Donigers would not be able to learn our system unless they learn Chinese. We gave them all our knowledge systems without them having to learn Sanskrit. So the commitment we want from you that I vision, this is my personal vision, I've not discussed it with our WAVES board of directors, but they all share the same passion that we need to have more of these conferences in India. You need to identify more scholars who are bright and who can take this, and we need to build institutions here that the West looks to. Right now, unfortunately, anything that's said by any Harvard or Yale is what all of you take for granted, unfortunately. You look for accreditation and recognition from there before you accept something as good, which is very unfortunate. Why? Nobody in the world, the Chinese, the Koreans, the Buddhism, nobody looks to the West for data about their own religion. Why are we doing that? So we haven't, the WAVES board normally at these conferences deliberates on and announces typically during the conference where our next conference is going to be. Sometimes we might take a month or two to announce that, because if we can't come to a conclusion. So maybe not the next one, but we need to have a bunch of these conferences here. That'll bring the synergies, and that'll bring industry and the businessmen, their funds. We'll showcase this a little better. We haven't done that as good as it can be done. We need to get businessmen and industrialists who need to understand the importance of this, okay? And they're not here today, so that they can fund our institutes that I'm visioning that we should create, and we should have them here in India, okay? And we need your support for that, okay? So that's a very important thing we need to understand. Now, real quick, coming back to the main topic, I've been in a lot of spirited discussions with some Indian friends of mine, both here and overseas. The typical brainwashed Indian mind will tell you the following: we were not that great. Look at the West, how much they've done. There's nothing great about our science. When I try to tell them about this topic, there's nothing great about our science. Show me one building that's standing. Look at Greece and look at Rome. So to them, I'd like to quickly go through about 30 or 40 different scientific discoveries or inventions that our ancestors did, and you guys can add 50 more to this, because you guys are all going to talk about some aspects. I'll really quickly run through this, and I'd like to have these people see if they still conclude the same thing, that our people are most of the scientific discoveries in the world came from the West. That's the thing that's being taught in most colleges in the West. That's what every Indian kid, especially in the West, is brainwashed into believing. And quickly, I'll go through this because we don't have much time. Incense was invented here, went to China and everywhere else from here. Buttons made of ivory and seashells were invented here. Calico was invented here. The diamond mine, for 5,000 years, the first time diamonds were ever mined anywhere in the world was in the 1800s. Diamond mining and the cutting tools for diamond were in India for 5,000 years. The weighing scale came out of India. People don't know this necessarily. Aryabhat discovered gravity, and he talked about it way before Newton ever knew what it meant. Medical surgery by Shukla, somebody talk about that. The measuring scale, the scale, the ruler, they found rulers that are consistently the same gradation in Mohenjo-daro, for example. Astronomy, everybody knows about our greatness of our astronomy. One of the things that intrigues me, and I've learned a lot from coming to these conferences, Dr. Narahari Achar, I've learned a lot from his presentations. Another scientist talked about how great it was that our ancestors about 2,000 years ago were able to measure the precession of the equinox to the nearest 1,000 years with naked eyes, when the West didn't even know how to do it till the year 1800, and that too because they had huge telescopes. That's an amazing feat, you know. The sidereal year, which is the Earth's orbit around the sun, was calculated to a very good degree with the naked eye by Indians long before there were telescopes. Linguistics, grammar, Sanskrit, the invention of all these, and wonderful talk by Dr. Pandey about how, you know, Sanskrit is a natural language. We discovered that, we recognized that, and then it's such a scientific language, such a construction-based language, got unlimited word potential, and all those great things. This is what our ancestors invented. Math, you know, decimal, zero, square root, all these things we invented. Trigonometry we invented. Agriculture and harvesting, there's a book that Infinity Foundation was trying to write on how great some of our natural water collection systems or harvestings were, that, you know, the West quietly steals these things. I heard at one of these conferences about 12 years ago, I heard a unconfirmed rumor that UPenn is where the West takes all the stuff they steal from India or wherever else, and that's where they keep all the original documents. And apparently, again, I can't verify this, but I do believe this is very possible, that the West comes and whoever, the Western agencies or whoever comes and pays you a lot of money, you happen to have a document which is not necessarily known. Arthashastra or some part of our Vedas had data on what you can eat in the jungle to survive. So apparently the defense forces in the West have come up with a way to survive in a jungle for a long time because they know of this root or herb or jari booty or something that they can eat. If they have that, they don't have to eat for 10, 12 days, and, you know, whatever length of time. So those kind of intellectual wealth of ours is being stolen right before our very eyes for pennies on the dollar. Agriculture, harvesting, metallurgy, ironworks, zinc distilling in Zawar in Rajasthan that they found. The Chera dynasty came up with the steel, which was later known as the Damascus steel. The atomic theory, the relativity. Now, this one is a little newer one, but how many of our youngsters who are my young kid who's a physics crazy nut, he always is talking about the boson particle and everything. He has no clue it came from Satyendranath Bose's name. You know, it was done to honor him. So then there is the study of sounds, phonetics, and music. You know, we invented those way before these guys even were living in caves back in Europe or wherever. Civil engineering, and then, you know, I'm being crude because it incites me when we watch this and take it lying down and don't do anything about it. Let's do something about it. That's my main point about mentioning this. Civil engineering, architecture, and Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, the drainage systems there, 3,000, 2,700 years ago and before is absolutely unbelievable. The Ram Setu Bridge, you know, with all the work that Dr. Kalyana did, that's an amazing act of archaeology. It was not it's not a man-made thing. It's somebody understanding how certain stones float and how during certain tides some things come up and all that. So that's an amazing feat of somebody watching and learning and trying to make a way to cross into an island. Shipbuilding and navigation. The Western navigators knew, it was very famous 200 years ago, and then of course it fell off, that they came to India and they got this matcha yantra, where, you know, there's a iron fish floating around in a bowl of oil, and that's what they used for as a compass for hundreds of years. That came from India. Chess, yoga, ink was invented in India in the 4th century BCE. So, and a bunch more, you know. So, in summary, our young ones need to learn these knowledge systems that our ancestors left for us, and they need to be the one that control the propagation and teaching of this. And if there's any trademarks or other economic value, we need to learn how to benefit from that, not the 30,000 or whatever branches of yoga that give you a hard time about using your own yoga. Some of them they're patented, and you can't teach those or use those without getting sued. So that's, in summary, is my talk or whatever I'm supposed to do. Last thing I would like to read we went and saw the Minister of Science and Technology, who's a very good, student of the Vedas, and he's a very friendly to our causes. And he said there's a small chance that if Modi ji lets him come, he might, Modi ji makes them all work so hard, and there's, everybody's working so hard, and he has to go out of town Saturday and Sunday. He might still show up, for a few minutes, but he sent a message here, Dr. Harshvardhan, our Minister of Science and Technology. It gives me immense pleasure to know that the WAVES is organizing an international conference on the theme of scientific aspects of Vedic knowledge at Bharati Vidya Bhavan. WAVES has organized 11 conferences in different places, and Waves India has organized 19 conferences, and I extend my best wishes to the participants, members of the managing committee, and organizers of the International Conference of Waves, a grand success and for all of its future endeavors. That's what he sent the message. Thank you so much. When we're living in caves back in Europe or wherever. Civil engineering, and then, I'm being crude because it incites me when we watch this and take it lying down and don't do anything about it. Let's do something about it. That's my main point about mentioning this. Civil engineering, architecture, and Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, the drainage systems there, 3,000, 2,700 years ago and before is absolutely unbelievable. The Ram Setu Bridge, with all the work that Dr. Kalyana did, that's an amazing act of archaeology. It was not it's not a man-made thing. It's somebody understanding how certain stones float and how during certain tides some things come up and all that. So that's an amazing feat of somebody watching and learning and trying to make a way to cross into an island. Shipbuilding and navigation. The Western navigators knew, it was very famous 200 years ago, and then of course it fell off, that they came to India and they got this matcha yantra, where there's a iron fish floating around in a bowl of oil, and that's what they used for as a compass for hundreds of years. That came from India. Chess, yoga, ink was invented in India in the 4th century BCE. So, and a bunch more, So, in summary, our young ones need to learn these knowledge systems that our ancestors left for us, and they need to be the one that control the propagation and teaching of this. And if there's any trademarks or other economic value, we need to learn how to benefit from that, not the 30,000 or whatever branches of yoga that give you a hard time about using your own yoga. Some of them they're patented, and you can't teach those or use those without getting sued. So that's, in summary, is my talk or whatever I'm supposed to do. Last thing I would like to read we went and saw the Minister of Science and Technology, who's a very good, student of the Vedas, and he's a very friendly to our causes. And he said there's a small chance that if Modi ji lets him come, he might, Modi ji makes them all work so hard, and there's, everybody's working so hard, and he has to go out of town Saturday and Sunday. He might still show up, for a few minutes, but he sent a message here, Dr. Harshvardhan, our Minister of Science and Technology. It gives me immense pleasure to know that the Waves is organizing an international conference on the theme of scientific aspects of Vedic knowledge at Bharati Vidya Bhavan. Waves has organized 11 conferences in different places, and Waves India has organized 19 conferences. And I extend my best wishes to the participants, members of the managing committee, and organizers of the International Conference of Waves, a grand success and for all of its future endeavors. That's what he sent the message. Thank you so much.
Now I request Professor R.P. Singh, co-chair of this conference, to propose a vote of thanks.
So, thank you very much. In fact, it's most pleasant task I'm left with to propose the vote of thanks. And what I'll do, I'll just reverse the procedure. I would first like to thank the contributors. 130 papers have come to us with abstracts, whom I read, and in fact in some of the papers I made some modifications also, but every paper has some content of enlightenment. So I must very heartily thank to all the contributors of this great conference. And the papers are there, and abstracts are there, and we'll be proceeding towards its publication also in the due course of time. Secondly, it's my great pleasure and privilege to thank the two keynote speakers. In fact, they have set the tone of this seminar. If I put them together, it becomes like Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. So one is talking about the cosmocentric approach, and the other is what happens to our body, mind, spirit, consciousness, narratives, values, everything else. So jointly, they have really given us the direction and full of content in it. In fact, it takes years for us to understand, to analyze, and to disseminate this kind of thinking, sir. And in the seminars, generally international conferences or seminars, seminar means to put up the seeds only. It will sprout in the course of time. So seed has already been put up. And now the fertile mind will sprout it gradually in the course of time. And we'll see the result will come out. Now, in fact, almost all the presentations in this inaugural session have been very enlightening, very enthusiastic, very encouraging as well. So I'll just take up a couple of issues and just point out a little bit on it. You know, one thing which is very fundamentally there in Vedic, in the Vedas, that Vedas as a text are the text for making up the institutions. They can make up the institution of knowledge, of medicine, even of culture and civilization, of linguistics, you know, and systematically explored. So institution making is an effort and which is implicit in the Vedas. And making up an institution, in fact, the director of this institute, Sri Ashok Pradhan, he pointed out Gandhi as an institution maker and giving up the information, the statement from Atalji, perhaps, yeah. And that's really something very enlightening. Because we generally think that Nehru was the institution builder, because he brought up the dams, bridges, and everything. But the real vision in an institution, the spirit, comes from Vedic wisdom. Gandhi had that insight in him. So it's a great, we have such a nice place with all the infrastructure and volunteers and all kinds of nitty-gritty arrangements also. It takes a lot of time. And Sri Ashok Pradhanji has been very kind, very cooperative every time. All the time. Professor Balram told me that he is just ready to help us. And this is the spirit, with which an institution runs, supports, or makes an event to be possible. Sri Dhiru Sahaji as a treasurer, that's a different thing, but as the spirit behind waves. And the way he has shown us the historical development of this conception of the waves from 1996 up to the present time, in 20 years' time, we can see how it has proceeded from one stage to another. And this is the first time that it has come to India. Please don't get disappointed. You come again, because there is a substantive U-turn now. The West is now looking at India, to justify, to validate, their contentions ethically, because normative issues they have to accept. And the norms are the first one which one has to accept from India. And Professor Lalal Prasad, he took up Vedas as the foundational text. Indeed, they are foundational texts. Foundation as a term derived from archaeology. We need a foundation. If the foundation is shaky, then everything else becomes shaky. So if the foundation is firm, and it will become firm provided we are firm. Vedas are not dead. People are dead for the Vedas. So people have to be made alive for the Vedas. And he, in fact, developed a lot of ideas. And Professor Vedananda, in fact, in his presentation, and what he did about the, that Vedas can give us universal thing. That India has its own universals. It's not just that Greeks have their universals, Enlightenment rationality has its universals, Marxism could become an universal, and grand narrative, meta-narrative. India does have it. But it's of a different kind. It's not confined to any particular class or sect. It becomes so universal. And he emphasized on this in his very brief presentation, and that universality is something which is great before us. Professor Mahavir Agrawal, in fact, his lecture was so substantive, it cannot be just summarized, and it's full of all kinds of informations to us. And there are so many papers which have taken up various issues in and around itself. And in the social media you can see it, because 36 sessions are there, and we really did a lot of work to arrange it. Dr. Indrani Ram Prasad, I know her from Trinidad. I've been there, and we need such radical thinkers. In fact, most of the rishis, they were very radical. In the Nasadiya Sukta, Rishi Dhir he is very radical. Says even who knows? Maybe God knows, maybe God also doesn't know. because God came afterwards. So one needs a critical thinking and becoming radical. That's why the foundation becomes more firm. And such people are, in fact, very important ones. Taoists, for instance, even critiqued all the Vedic thinking. But then there was a resurgence of it. So such critical thinking and radical thinking, which shakes the very foundation, is needed so that we can make a fresh attempt in that direction and re-establish it. And Professor Balram Singh is basically the moving spirit everywhere, everything. Everything is very much, embodied in his, his activities, in his discussions, and he is just like, in the Shiv Sankalpa Sukta, there is a concept of mind. So mind never sleeps. I used to say Professor Balram Singh never sleeps. He used to stay at my house also, and every time he is awake. And you send him an email, few minutes later you get the reply, immediately, prompt. And so much of energy he has it. Finally, and I would like to thank Sri Sasi Kejriwal. In fact, he has given us a phenomenal picture of all the achievements. And each one requires a kind of a detailed exposition. What was the achievement and how was it lost and regained again. And there is still a potential to establish it again firmly on our own logic and rationality. So with these words, I would like to thank one and all, and also the organizers. I'm part of it. They gave me the opportunity to, to be here. Thank you very much, sir. And I
So,
Yes. 1 minute. सर थोड़ा आप उधर और उधर जाइए थोड़ा एक कोने वाले यस तो प्लस
Everybody smile.
that side
Smile. You don't hasta me, bhai. You don't hasta. Happy बोलेंगे.
Very embarrassing that your very intelligent culture was colonized by a stupid culture like England. But the reason they colonized you is they had guns. It wasn't because they were smart. I've got to tell you this, because English is a very crazy, mixed up language that was not made on purpose. First it was Anglo-Saxon. And you know that the Anglo-Saxons love to swear. So if you give them a sacred word, they'll swear. If you give them God, they'll say God damn. If you give them Jesus, they'll go, Jesus Christ. So make any holy word in English has been made into a swear word. Do you do that in India? I've never asked, but I don't think you do. You swear with the holy names sometimes? You learned it from the English, maybe? I don't know. So, everyone with me? Except for the people on the phone? I've noticed that, yeah, it's like multiple conversations on other lokas. The word loka, by the way, I know you can't tell me what a loka is, I'm not even going to ask. But the word location in English comes from the word loka in Sanskrit. So this skinny bottle is on a location. It's here on Bhumi, Matabhumi, on a table. Whereas where do the devas live? Level 10, we're on level 8. So if you were telling this to kids in school, we're on level 8 and the devas are on level 10, do you think they're going to tell their friends? No, it's going to be embarrassing. They're talking about things we can't see. These are very fat words with very fat ideas. So the first thing to understand is the people that were colonizing the world are called one-book religions. One-book religions. They're called people of a book. And as a one-book religion, it's just a rule book telling you what you can and cannot do. It is not philosophy, unless they're very philosophically minded by nature. In which case, they don't like Islam, Christianity, and Judaism very much. And they become scholars. You understand? So it's important to know. I'm done already? Please conclude.
Are first the reaction of layman or the journal public when they hear the word that I am PhD in Sanskrit. If I say I'm PhD in physics or in economics, then there is a expression like wow. And if I say I'm PhD in Sanskrit, oh. So to all the respected delegates and the learned scholars, I feel through this platform like Waves, we should eradicate this problem first of all, so that most of the young generations should take up Sanskrit as their studies, as Professor Bharadwaj sir just indicated. And second challenge, I think that when university offers us this course like interdisciplinary studies in Sanskrit, whatever the topic is, like mine was a combination of Shatpat Brahman, that is a Vedic text, and the astrology. So for that subject, they should offer me a co-advisor or a supervisor like that of interdisciplinary subject. So that they can help me out with the astronomical findings, which I think I was lacking behind even in my thesis. And so these are the two challenges. And other one, like opportunities, I think we should create more opportunities in the field of Sanskrit. Like me and Professor Balram Singh sir is doing certain things in these. Like you can have a look at my poster. I have put all the Vedic text, but the scientific terms given by him only. So unless and until we don't have professor in, we have professor in different interdisciplinary studies, we cannot be able to make such posters. And secondly, we have introduced a blog through our Waves forum, and it is also like a new opportunity to the learned people. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Aparna.
ओंकारविंदो संयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः। मंच पर विराजमान मेरे गुरुवर प्रोफेसर रमेश भारद्वाज जी, आदरणीय भूदेव शर्मा जी, आदरणीय प्रोफेसर बलराम सिंह जी, और जिनकी प्रेरणा से और जिनका मार्गदर्शन पिछले लगभग 9 सालों से मुझे मिलता रहा, आदरणीय पूज्य डॉक्टर शशि तिवारी मैम, प्रोफेसर गणेश दत्त जी, और आप सब लोग। अभी हमारे गुरुजी की एक तो नानी के आगे ननिहाल की बात क्या कहा जाए, एक तो गुरुओं के सामने एक बात कहनी बहुत तो लगती है, लेकिन एक बात जो गुरुजी की एक टीस जो थी, किम करोमि क्व गच्छामि को वेदान उद्धरिष्यति, ये वाली बात। तो मैं एक छोटी सी बात मैं कहना चाहता हूँ। मैं अभी उड़ीसा से आया हूँ, लगभग 1700-1800 किलोमीटर से थोड़ा से ऊपर भी होगा, और एक उद्देश्य मैं ले करके यहाँ पर आया, और वो मुझे ये था कि उस काम की पूर्ति मैडम से ही हो सकती है, इसी संस्कृत से संबंधित। अब मेरी परमानेंट नौकरी हो गई तो अब काम करने का एक अवसर थोड़ा से खुल जाता है। तो वहाँ पर एक सोनपुर शहर है जिसको सुवर्णपुर कहा जाता है, और मुश्किल से 30,000 की आबादी होगी, डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर है, और उसमें 116 मंदिर हैं, और 116 मंदिर केवल ही केवल वो सारे के सारे कोई 200 साल, 300 साल, 500 साल, 600 साल इस तरीके से हैं। जब काला पहाड़ ने आक्रमण किया था जगन्नाथ मंदिर के ऊपर, तो उस समय में जगन्नाथ जी की जो मूर्ति है वो सोनपुर में ले करके छुपाए थे, और 141 साल वहाँ रहा था। मेरी ये बात कहने का मतलब ये था, वहाँ की स्थिति को मैंने देखा कि इतनी बड़ी, और जैसे गंगा, यमुना और सरस्वती का संगम है इलाहाबाद में, आप नेट पर भी सर्च कर सकते हैं कि सोनपुर में भी महानदी, तेल नदी और बाघ नदी का संगम है, बहुत बड़ी, और तंत्र साधना का बहुत बड़ा वो पीठ है एक से। तो कर्मकांड का कोई ना कोई कोर्स होना चाहिए। तो उन्होंने कहा कि जो है इसके लिए हमें एक सर्टिफिकेट कोई दूसरी संस्था से कहीं से मिले तो हमारे, और मैंने वही बात की तो वहाँ पर बहुत लोग तैयार हैं कि हमको कोई सिखाए मंत्र पाठ का, कोई यज्ञ सिखा दे, कोई ज्योतिष का कुछ सिखा दे। और आप सबको पता है कि ज्योतिष में, भारत में जितने भी ज्योतिष के केंद्र हैं, तो जितने संस्कृत वाले उसमें बहुत कम 10 या 20% होंगे जो बड़े बड़े ज्योतिष केंद्र हैं, और बाकी जितने भी उसमें जो ज्योतिष का जो देखने वाले हैं या ज्योतिष का ज्ञान देने वाले हैं वो बाकी दूसरे सब्जेक्ट से संबंधित विषय के होंगे। तो वहाँ पर हम कर्मकांड का एक कोर्स जो है वो शुरू करना चाहते हैं, और यो वेव्स के माध्यम से हो, ये मैं चाहता हूँ कि आपको कुछ नहीं मैम, एक सर्टिफिकेट जो है आपकी ओर से यदि इस तरीके से हो सकता है तो उस जो आबादी है जो वो आदिवासी कल्चर है और वहाँ पर बहुत एक परंपरा की बहुत बड़ी एक है, तो वहाँ पर बहुत अच्छी उन्नति हो सकती है। एक तो ये, और दूसरा जो यूनिवर्सिटियों में और जो विश्वविद्यालय में जो रिसर्च कराते हैं उन लोगों को ये चाहिए, वहाँ एक राजा था, देखिए वहाँ मेरे घर में पांडुलिपियाँ पड़ी हैं, पांडुलिपियाँ, और मुझे नहीं पता है कि वो पांडुलिपियाँ किस चीज़ की हैं, क्योंकि पूजा करने के बाद ही जो आते हैं वहीं जाकर वो कर सकते हैं। तो या तो जैसे पहले ज़माने में कोई पांडुलिपि के ऊपर रिसर्च कर लेता था तो उसको PhD MPhil की डिग्री दे दी जाती थी, तो इस प्रकार से प्रोत्साहन जो है यूनिवर्सिटियों में मिलना चाहिए। जब अंग्रेज जब यहाँ से पांडुलिपि लेकर के इंग्लैंड लेके जा सकते हैं तो हम अपने देश में पांडुलिपियों का खोज क्यों नहीं कर सकते? एक तो हमारे पास ये प्रश्न है। दूसरा, दिल्ली जैसे जगह में हर चीज़ की सुविधाएँ हैं, तो यहाँ जो रिसर्च करते हैं उनको जो दूर दूर क्षेत्र में जो मैनेजमेंट वाले होते हैं या और क्षेत्र के होते हैं, वो अपने स्टूडेंट को दिल्ली से बाहर या जगह जगह गांव में जाके स्टडी कराते हैं। तो संस्कृत में भी ये होना जरूर चाहिए कि यहाँ के बच्चे को ये भेजना चाहिए कि तुम जा कर के उड़ीसा, तुम जाके छत्तीसगढ़, तुम जा कर के झारखंड, तुम जा कर के आसाम जा कर के ये स्टडी करके आओ, 15 दिन रह करके आओ, महीना रह करके आओ, तो उसको एक तो संस्कृति समझ में आएगी कि हमारे देश की संस्कृति क्या है, हमारे देश की विरासत क्या है, हमारे देश की परंपरा क्या है। ये सबसे बड़ी एक चुनौती है और ये अवसर हो सकता है। तो हम लोग इसके लिए मैम का जैसे भी मार्गदर्शन मिलेगा, इससे संबंधित में बात करने के लिए आया था और इस रिसर्च पेपर के लिए भी आया हुआ था, और यही था कि उनका स्नेह भी था। मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ कि अपर्णा जी से बात हो रही थी तो मैम पास में थी, तो मैंने एक ही शब्द कहा नमस्ते किया, मैंने कहा मैम कैलाश। उन्होंने इतनी आत्मीयता से एक घटना की याद दिलाई, और तो उन्होंने कहा कि मैम मैं आ रहा हूँ, मैं कल ही टिकट बना लेता हूँ, मैं आ रहा हूँ। तो उसके लिए भी बहुत बहुत आपका धन्यवाद। और जो भी है, हम तो आप लोगों के अनुचर हैं और शिष्य ही हैं और शिष्य रहेंगे हमेशा। प्रभु हमको शक्ति दे कि हम उस एरिया में, आप कल्पना करें, अभी जैसे सर कह रहे थे, टीस एक दे रहे थे, यदि अफ्रीका से या दूर दूर देशों से आ करके जो मिशनरियाँ छत्तीसगढ़ के जंगलों में 30-30 साल, 40-40 साल यदि बिता सकते हैं, तो क्या हम अपने ही देश में रह करके, हम क्या अपने ही देश के क्षेत्र में जा करके 15 या 20 दिन का कोई अनुसंधान नहीं कर सकते हैं? क्या उनको जो है प्रेरित नहीं कर सकते हैं? क्या हमारी इतनी क्षमता होनी चाहिए या नहीं? ये आज सुबह मुझे एक ने मुझे प्रश्न किया, एक छोटी सी मैं बात कहूँगा कि वैदिक जो शैली है उसमें भी थोड़ा से, उसमें भी स्टडी की बहुत ज़रूरत है। जैसे अभी व्याकरण की बात पांडे जी बता रहे थे, वेद की भी जो शैली है वो अनुवृत्ति शैली बहुत है, उसको पकड़ना बहुत ज़रूरी है। तो उस शैली के ऊपर भी स्टडी जो है होना मुझे लगता है कि बहुत आवश्यक है। और विशेष करके ये जो हमारे शोध से संबंधित जो कार्य हैं उसको व्यावहारिक रूप दिया जाए। एक छोटी सी बात मैं आपको कह करके, बहुत पहले एक सेमिनार हुआ था, भारद्वाज जी और गणेश दत्त शर्मा जी ने राजेंद्र नगर में उन्होंने किया था, जो समलैंगिकता के संबंधित आया था उस समय में। तो उस समय में हमारे देखिए कितनी बड़ी वैज्ञानिकता है। मैं 1 मिनट लेकर के बात रखूंगा। सुबह मुझे किसी ने प्रश्न किया था और उस समय में जो बात उठी थी, जो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं वो हम लोगों को नहीं पता है। अब देखिए कैसे सोना चाहिए, आयुर्वेद में लिखा है कि कैसे सोना चाहिए। आप पूछ लीजिए कितने को पता होगा, किस करवट सोना चाहिए, कितने श्वास सोना चाहिए। हमारी मूल जो चीज़ें हैं जो दैनिक जीवन से संबंधित हैं, उन दैनिक जीवन से संबंधित चीज़ों को एक तो सामने लाने की ज़रूरत है। दूसरी बात, जो हमारे संस्कार से संबंधित चीज़ें हैं, संस्कारों का, क्योंकि जैसे बाबा रामदेव ने एक चीज़ को, योग को लेकर के फैला दिया, आज एक क्रांति की ज़रूरत है। वो क्रांति है यज्ञ क्रांति की। हम इस वेव्स के माध्यम से उसको कर सकते हैं। जो यज्ञ के इतने बड़े बड़े रूप थे, उसको कैसे हमारे जीवन के साथ, क्योंकि बृहद देवता में लिखा है शक्तयः सर्वभाव नाम अचिंत्य पृथक स्थितः स्वरूपे नैव दृश्यन्ते दृश्यन्ते कार्यतस्तुतः। इन सब चीज़ों का जो प्रभाव है सूक्ष्म प्रभाव होता है। आप कभी किसी योगी के यहाँ, किसी तंत्र साधना के यहाँ सुबह 4 बजे जाकर के प्रभात संगीत सुन लीजिए, या किसी योगी के आपको ये महसूस नहीं होगा कि आप कहाँ पर हैं। इतनी बड़ी हमारे संगीत में है। संगीत, आयुर्वेद, यज्ञ, ये जो हमारी मूल परंपरा है, संगीत का हम केवल बाह्य रूप में है, उसकी गहराई में जो संस्कृत की जो है उसको भी लाने की थोड़ी सी मुझे लगता है आवश्यकता है। और विशेष करके आप दिल्ली हैं, राजधानी है, बहुत चीज़ों का महसूस नहीं होता। अभी प्रोफेसर राजकुमार आए हुए थे बनारस यूनिवर्सिटी से, उनको मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको जो समस्याएं हैं हिंदुस्तान के हकीकत से हमको समझ भी होनी चाहिए। एक किलो नमक पहुँचने में लोगों के पास 1 महीना लग जाता है, 1 किलो नमक पहुँचने में, ऐसे भी मैम एरिया हैं। तो प्रोफेसर राजकुमार जो डीन हैं FMS ये बनारस यूनिवर्सिटी के नेक कमेटी के विजिट में आए थे, तो उनको मैं लेने भी गया था। उन्होंने कहा मुझे चाय पीने की इच्छा है। 90 किलोमीटर तक उनको चाय नहीं मिली। उस जगह में आज भी ज़रूरत है, वहाँ भी काम करने की ज़रूरत है, और उस काम के लिए एक उत्साह की ज़रूरत है। उसी विश्वास के साथ गुरुजनों का आशीर्वाद लेने के लिए आए हैं। प्रभु मार्गदर्शन दें, प्रेरणा करें कि हम सब लोग ये काम कर सकें, और ये वास्तविक, ये व्यावहारिक है, इस काम को किया जा सकता है। भारत की बहुत बड़ी एक संपदा है जो छुपी हुई है, उस संपदा को लेने के लिए हमको भी थोड़ा से प्रयास करना चाहिए। ये मेरा विचार है, और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मैं शिष्य रूप में था, अचानक ये मैम का ही आशीर्वाद है कि मुझे उन्होंने यहाँ पर बिठा दिया। हाँ, एक बात जो कहना चाह रहे थे कि उन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा था, हाँ एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि गर्भाधान संस्कार में, हाँ ये बात आई थी, उस समय भी आई थी, और जो मैं कहना चाह कि अमावस्या, पूर्णिमा, अष्टमी, चतुर्दशी का निषेध क्यों है, और उस समय भी काफ़ी चर्चा हुई थी। देखिए कितनी छोटी चीज़, आधुनिक साइंस या डॉक्टर वो कहेंगे कि इसका कोई महत्व नहीं है, इसका कोई महत्व नहीं है। लेकिन जब चंद्रमा, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं इसमें, जब चंद्रमा अमावस्या और पूर्णिमा को थोड़ा नीचे की और उसकी जो स्थिति होती है, तो पृथ्वी का जो पानी है हमारा, वो पानी ऊपर की ओर जाता है। और आप, कोई आदमी सात्विक है, राजसिक है या तामसिक है, इसका यदि आप परीक्षण करना चाहते हैं, कोई आदमी किसी का भी परीक्षण करना चाहते हैं, हमारे प्राचीन समय में गुरु लोग तो सूंघ करके देखते थे सर को। किसी आदमी आप यदि पहचान करना चाहते हैं सात्विक है, राजसिक है, तामसिक है, उसको पूर्णिमा के दिन और अमावस्या के दिन उसको जो है साधना में बिठा दीजिए। उसका यदि मन लग गया तो आप समझ लेना ये व्यक्ति सात्विक वृत्ति का है, उसका यदि मन नहीं लगा तो आप समझ लेना ये राजसिक या तामसिक वृत्ति का है। तो जब पानी को जब ऊपर की ओर खींचता है, तो हमारा शरीर का भी जो पानी अंश है वो ऊपर की ओर आता है। उस दिन यदि व्यक्ति वासनात्मक रूप में है, और उसी वासनात्मक रूप से यदि वो संतान की उत्पत्ति यदि करता है, तो निश्चित रूप से वो राक्षसी वृत्ति का होगा, बदमाश होगा, चोर होगा, लुटेरा होगा। इसीलिए आज समाज में इस प्रकार की विकृतियां और विसंगतियां ये बढ़ी हुई हैं। ये जो छोटी छोटी हमारी जानकारी की चीज़ें हैं, बहुत सारी, मौका मिलेगा तो फिर बात करेंगे। मैडम ने ही बोलना सिखा दिया है, तो इसीलिए जो भी है उन्हीं की बात मैं कह रहा हूँ। तो बहुत बहुत आप लोगों का धन्यवाद। और इतने दूर
विद्वानों के भाषण, और ख़ासतौर से प्रोफेसर भारद्वाज जी के भाषण से कुछ बात दिमाग में आई। ये हमारे यहाँ नौजवान छात्र और छात्राएँ हैं, और इन्हीं के लिए ये सम्मेलन है, ख़ासतौर से ये सेशन है। तो एक तो बात सर्वविदित है सारे विश्व के विद्वानों को, सारे विश्व के लोगों को, कि आज भी अगर दुनिया में मानवता जिंदा है, संस्कृति जिंदा है, इंसानियत जिंदा है, तो संस्कृत की वजह से जिंदा है। दूसरी बात नौजवानों के लिए बताना चाहूँगा कि अनेक ऐतिहासिक विषमताओं के होने के बावजूद हिंदुस्तान अगर जिंदा है तो संस्कृत की वजह से जिंदा है, ध्यान रखिए, और संस्कृति की वजह से जिंदा। मैं बता दूं संक्षेप में, इवन आज ये देश आज़ाद है तो संस्कृत की वजह से, और संस्कृत के नौजवान छात्रों की वजह से जिंदा आज। लोग कांग्रेस का नाम लेते हैं, कांग्रेस में तो एक बहुत लंबे समय तक आज़ादी का नाम ही नहीं लिया गया था। स्वराज्य शब्द का सबसे पहले प्रयोग सन 1907 में दादा भाई नौरोजी ने किया था। उसके बाद सन 1910 में लोकमान्य बाल गंगाधर तिलक ने लखनऊ कांग्रेस में यह घोषणा की थी कि स्वराज्य मेरा जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार है और मैं इसे लेकर आऊंगा, और मैं गर्व से कहता हूं लोकमान्य बाल गंगाधर तिलक संस्कृत के महान पंडित थे। उन्होंने तो जेल में रह करके जो है वो गीता का अंग्रेजी में अनुवाद किया था। उसके बाद सन 1930 में लाहौर कांग्रेस में प्रस्ताव पास किया कांग्रेस ने कि हम पूर्ण स्वराज्य लेकर रहेंगे, लेकिन उससे 37 साल पहले स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती ने सत्याग्रह प्रकाश लिखा और उसमें डंके की चोट कहा कि जो स्वदेशी राज्य होता है सर्वोपरि होता है, वो माता पिता के तुल्य सत्य न्याय दया के आधार पर किया जाने वाला भी विदेशी राज्य अच्छा नहीं होता। उनका तो ये मत था कि अच्छे से अच्छे विदेशी राज्य से बुरा स्वदेशी राज्य अच्छा होता है। नौजवानों की बात कहना चाहता हूं कि इस आरंभ में जितने भी पहले स्वतंत्रता सेनानी थे, सभी संस्कृत के अध्यापक थे या संस्कृत से जुड़े थे। सारे कवि भी, जयशंकर प्रसाद और इसी प्रकार ये मैत्रीक्षण गुप्त वगैरह, ये सब संस्कृत के थे। हिंदी में यूँ लिखा कि आम जनता समझ सके। तो इसलिए मैं आपको बताना चाहता था कि स्वराज्य आंदोलन में संस्कृत के छात्रों का बड़ा योगदान है, ये कहना, इसलिए मैं खड़ा हुआ आज बताने के लिए। सरदार भगत सिंह, राजगुरु सुखदेव, दरोगा भाभी, ये संस्कृत के छात्र थे। चंद्रशेखर आजाद का मैं दोबारा नाम लेने वाला था, आगे वो भी बताऊंगा आपको। जब सरदार भगत सिंह डीएवी कॉलेज लाहौर में पढ़ते थे तो इनके बाबा थे सरदार अर्जुन सिंह जी। वो कट्टर आर्य समाजी और देशभक्त और क्रांतिकारी थे। उन्होंने सरदार भगत सिंह को चिट्ठी लिखी थी कि बेटा तुम एफए परीक्षा में संस्कृत जरूर लेना। उस जमाने में हाई स्कूल इंटर नहीं होता था, एफए होती थी। और उसने संस्कृत ली और जब संस्कृत में उसके नंबर आए तो उसने बाबा को चिट्ठी लिखी थी कि मेरे सबसे ज़्यादा नंबर संस्कृत में ही आए। और एक बात आपको बता दूं, इन लोगों को पढ़ाने वाले कौन थे? मुझे आज सौभाग्य मिल रहा है कहने के लिए, मैं अपना सौभाग्य मानता हूँ जीवन में। आचार्य उदयवीर शास्त्री का नाम सभी ने सुना होगा आपने, जितने भी। ये वहाँ पढ़ाते थे डीएवी कॉलेज लाहौर में। उसके बाद ये गुरुकुल जलापुर महाविद्यालय, जहाँ का मैं स्नातक आपके सामने खड़ा हूँ, ये वहाँ आचार्य बन गए, प्रधानाचार्य बन गए। ये उनकी बातें सुनाते थे। और आपको आज बता दूँ, उन्होंने वो चिट्ठी दिखाई मुझे सरदार भगत सिंह के हाथ से लिखी हुई, जो उसने फांसी पर चढ़ने से पहले जो है वो अपने गुरुजी को लिखी थी कि गुरुजी आपके दिए हुए देशभक्ति के संस्कारों के आधार पर ही आज मुझे फांसी पर चढ़ने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हो रहा है अपनी भाषा। चंद्रशेखर आजाद ये संस्कृत का छात्र था, पाठशाला का छात्र था। इसके गुरु ने इसको स्वदेश भक्त बनाया, क्रांतिकारी बनाया। इसने तो अपने संस्कृत के गुरुजी के सामने प्रतिज्ञा की थी कि गुरुजी मैं अपने को गुलाम नहीं मानता अंग्रेज का, मैं आज़ाद हूँ, आज़ाद ही जीऊँगा और आज़ाद ही मरूंगा। और वो आज़ाद ही मरा। आखिरी गोली जब घिर गया चारों तरफ से और कोई आखिरी गोली बची, वो अपने सीने में तान दी उसने। इसी प्रकार से मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ। और ये क्या नाम, राम प्रसाद बिस्मिल संस्कृत का छात्र था, बरेली आर्य समाज का सदस्य था, आर्य कुमार सभा चलाता था। और ये सब शायर थे, ये आपको बताना चाहता हूँ, ये सब शायर थे। अरे नौजवान हृदय तो शायर ही होता है, नौजवानी तो अपने में शायरी होती है। जब इसको ये काकोरी कांड में पकड़ लिया गया और इसको बेड़ियां बजा जो है बांधे हुए जा रहा था और इसको मारते हुए ले जा रहे थे, तो मालूम है ये दीवाना क्या गाता चला जा रहा था? राम प्रसाद बिस्मिल ये गाता चला जा रहा था, ए मातृभूमि तेरी सेवा किया करूँगा, फांसी लग गया मुझको वो जन्म कैद मेरी, मैं बेड़ी बजा बजा कर तेरा भजन किया करूँगा। ये बात, ये कहाँ से आए? ये जज्बात कहाँ से आए? ये संस्कृत से आए, संस्कृत के विद्वानों से, संस्कृत के पंडितों से। इवन आप ये देखिएगा, जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी, ये कहाँ से आया? और ये वंदे मातरम कहाँ से आया? सारा संस्कृत में। इस देश के अंदर स्वदेशी की भावना का, स्वराज्य की भावना का, जो है क्रांतिकारी की भावना का अगर सूत्रपात किया है तो संस्कृत के विद्वानों ने, अध्यापकों ने और संस्कृत के छात्रों ने किया है। तो मैं आज ये कहना चाहता हूँ, अगर फिर भी हिंदुस्तान को जिंदा रखना चाहते हो और दुनिया के में रह करके खास तौर से इस देश के लिए और मानवता के लिए यूज करना चाहते हो, तो संस्कृत और संस्कृति से जुड़े रहो।
धन्यवाद सर। और ऐसे भी और अधिक हो चुका है। अधिक समय ना लेते हुए आई इनवाइट प्रोफेसर बलराम सिंह फॉर हिज कंक्लूडिंग रिमार्क्स। प्रोफेसर सिंह
में लेकिन भोजन ठंडा हो रहा है तो मैं एक छोटी सी कहानी बता के वही कंक्लूजन आप लोग तो लिखना थोड़ा समझना ज़्यादा वाली बात लोग हैं। जब धृतराष्ट्र और दुर्योधन ने एक अपने पंडित जी को दूत बना के भेजा था विराट देश में, तो वो जब वो लौट के आया तो उसने कहानी सुनाई कि वहाँ से संदेश क्या आया है। तो संदेश में उन्होंने कहा कि अर्जुन तो शांत था, लेकिन युधिष्ठिर ने ये कहा है कि युद्ध तो होके रहेगा। तो जब इसमें हमको ये लग रहा है कि हमारे जो आचार्यगण हैं, इनकी उद्विग्नता देख के, इनके अंदर जोश देख के, और उनके जो बाकी विद्यार्थी हैं वो तो कुछ प्रैक्टिकल बातें कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ये बाकी जो लोग हैं इतने जोश में हैं कि मुझे लगता है कुछ तो होके रहेगा। थैंक यू। लेट्स हैव डिनर नाउ। थैंक यू।